What's up, everybody? It is your girl, Miss Cat, of the Woke Money Movement. I am here today with a takeover. Okay, so this is the wokeNbusiness TV show, podcast, however you want to, say it. And I've had some phenomenal guests thus far, but tonight is the night I'm taking over. Miss Cat is taking over. So over to my side, I have my guy. They call him K Nice. Okay,
yeah, for sure.
So what I'm gonna, cause y'all know how I do. I don't care how we do this. I'm gonna always let the guests, introduce themselves. So for those that don't know you, K, because we're gonna re-air this on another we on your platform tonight.
Right.
But for those that may not know, you go ahead and tell them who you are and what it is that you do.
First of all, I'm going to adjust your mic.
Thank you.
I'm going to adjust your mic so you don't have to keep leaning in.
Thank you.
Like this, so
Thank you.
Just feel comfortable.
Okay.
I want you to feel comfortable. Of course, that's what I do. GMT Radio, the whole GMT Broadcasting LLC platform. It is. I manage it. Let's just say I manage it. We do podcasting. We do radio, of course. We do gospel radio, traditional radio. You can download the apps, the 90.3 GMT radio app, the gospel radio station app. We run those two out of this platform. Table podcast, cow style podcast, any kind of podcast you want to do, we do it here.
Okay.
And then we also shoot. I also go out and shoot different the events and things like that. Do commercials for businesses and stuff like that. So yeah, just in the broadcasting and into media.
Okay. Yeah. So, like I said, for those, I see some people just now getting tuned in. So for those that are just now getting tuned in, tonight I'm taking over the wokeNbusiness podcast, and I'm going to be telling my story tonight. And I thought, not only because this is we air on GMT Radio, which is K Nice's platform that he would say that he manages, but but nonetheless, my story actually starts with GMT. A lot of people don't know that, so I'm looking forward to getting into that. But before we do, you already know we got to try the wine. So shout out to
Empty Bottle. We
done cleared this one out. Okay, but this is the Woke Money wine. 100%. It's like liquid gold. So while I talk about it, I want you to taste it because I want your real life opinion. But it's all natural, gluten-free, vegan. Shout out to Signature Sips. So let's get to it.
Okay, so wine. I'm a Hennessy man.
Okay.
So wine really don't agree with my stomach. But I'm gonna do this just for you.
I appreciate that.
Let me see here.
Let's see what K Nice got to say about the Woke Money wine.
Oh yeah, you gonna get lit off of it.
I hope that's lit in a good way. How's the flavor? What you think about the flavor?
I like it. Honestly.
K Nice, let's be clear, guys. K Nice ain't he gonna tell it like it is. He don't play. So what's your really honest? You say you like it?
Yeah, I like it. I can sit up and I can drink it. I believe that it had you kind of like leaning a little bit after a while. Get a little
Look, so
that's my thing too. Then once I start, if I like it,
then you can. So the thing about the wine, it is fortified, so it's stronger than your normal wine. So you could either drink it straight and it kind of already tastes like it's mixed, or alternatively you can like make it into cocktails.
And then too, just throw a little joke in there, you know what I'm saying? Y'all boys out here be women, y'all be out here drinking wine at the clubs. Make sure you got you some mints. That wine will have your on the tardy side. You feel me? So definitely want to make sure you got some mints and stuff like that. But the wine is I like it. I do. It's smooth. It's really, that's why I say it'll creep up on you. It's smooth, and then the smell of it is really good too. I like it.
Awesome,
like
awesome. Well, look, y'all heard it here first from K Nice of GMT Radio. He said the wine is official. So if he say it's good to go, then we know that's what it is, right?
Right. It's
Awesome, awesome. So let's jump into it. So look, tonight, guys, I'm gonna let K Nice. That's why I brought him in today, because he's gonna be interviewing me. I'm gonna just, flow, and we gonna just do what it do.
Right. So you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So this the first thing I want to know. What inspired you to not even do? We not even talking about woke money.
I got you.
What inspired you to just do Miss Cat?
You starting it off the right way. See, K Nice, I knew he was the one for the job. That's a great question. So we got to go back though. We're gonna have to take this thing real back. So probably about 8 years ago, 8 years, y'all. I was working for an apartment complex they call Broadway Square.
Come on.
So that's like the largest complex in Houston.
Right.
Well, I don't even think it's called Broadway Square no more, but back then it was. It's 1,500 units. And so I thought I had it made. Like, I probably was making about 80,000 a year back in that time. Too. I was doing my thing. So one day they come in and they say, you know what? We sold the property. We basically got to let everybody go, and they already have their own staff. So none of y'all. So it was like over 100 of us. None of us was able to keep our job. So I went from
80 to 0.
Like 80, so zero, like for real, 80 to 0. Yeah. So I had made a decision, you know what I'm saying, with myself, like, man, I will never, like, I made a commitment and a vow to myself. I said, I will never, ever let somebody control my finances ever again in life. So after, real quickly after we lost our jobs, I was approached by a local producer for the Houston media source. He was like, hey, I'm a producer. I'm trying to, get myself out there. So, you can be my talent and I'll produce a show for you. So we started the talent show, me and a colleague of mine. Now, I'm Miss Cat, not Cat Williams. Okay. So I'm not going to tell no names, but for those that know the pieces of the story, they'll put one and two together, if that makes sense. But in my story, I'm not going to tell no names. Okay. So I had a colleague of mine. Now, this is how you come into the story, because as we were doing the talent show and trying to find different talent to highlight, we come up across your mixers at the smoke shop.
Right.
So we started networking with you real heavy, and heavy, like heavy, like, and that's why I said, like, you actually start the story, because first of all, it was because of GMT that I met my first celebrity. Like, I remember, sitting next to Just Brittany. I remember seeing Paul Wall, that was my first interaction with Houston celebrities, being a part of, networking and being a part of GMT. So, with that being said, it was me networking, coming to the mixers, stuff like that really solidified Miss Cat, because it's like, okay, nobody really knew who I was, but I had an opportunity to kind of reinvent and create myself. So that's kind of how it started. And then what happened was, we started doing the show, but one party was doing more work than the other party. And, at the end of the day, it just kind of fizzled out. And then the producer was like, hey, I don't want to really do this no more, or whatever the case may be. So I'm going to, stop. But I didn't want to stop because of being in the scene and being a part of everything. It was like, I don't want to stop. Like, I want to keep it going. So that's when I created Miss Cat TV. And that's kind of like how everything jumped off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you, with Miss Cat TV, you put me on. Even though I already had GMT established, but you put me on to the TV side.
And the crazy thing, K-Nice, that you say that at this point in the game, I could say that I have put hundreds, if not thousands, of people on TV, radio. You know what I'm saying? Like from that starting point, you know what I'm saying? And at that point when we was doing what we didn't know what we was doing. That's the crazy thing. We were just doing.
But the whole part about that is this. We didn't know what we was doing, but we knew what we was doing. We got the job. Whatever it required, we got the job done.
That's the crazy thing.
We got the job done. for the video, from getting the video to filming, to everything, because you would tell me, set the camera right here, Kate. I ain't know. I was just carrying the camera, and you would say, set the camera right here. And I always tell people this: if they ask me about TV, I'll have no issue, no qualm saying, Miss Cat got me in the TV, because I wasn't doing. I never did that recorded. So definitely can appreciate you.
And I appreciate that. And so that's why this is like surreal, and it come back full circle, because again, it was because of you, you know what I'm saying, in that beginning. Because what happened was, not only, you know what I'm saying, that we started networking, we did the Hip Hop Hangout TV show, one of my first TV shows on the Miss Cat TV platform, but some of the people that was on your platform was doing different shows and reaching out to me. And so that's the way that I was able to start, you know, kind of working and breaking my way into the industry. So finally it got to the point like, okay, this is cool and it's fun, but I gotta take this thing to the next level. So I ended up going to film school. So I don't know if a lot of people know that, but I actually did go to film school, you know, but it was just crazy because, like, even in film school, I was on the outside world.
So let me ask you this.
I was doing the thing.
So in the midst of you, okay, but before you got to film school, in the midst of all, because I want to get the honesty from you.
Okay.
In the midst of all of that goodness that was going on, because it was, that time period was really great, because
you think
we caught that's what I'm ask you.
That's what you
that's
think.
where I'm going. That's where I'm going. So in that time period, everything looked at, because we had the station full of celebrities. Man. We had the shops and stuff
all day, every day.
Now let me ask you this.
Okay, bring it, because I know what you're about to say.
So in that time, did you ever want to stop? In that time, was everything was everything what it really looked like?
So in that time, I never wanted to stop. It was always a passion, but I can say this now, like, because I'm delivered from it. But back then, I was the epitome of what you would consider to be a starving artist. You get what I'm saying? Like, literally, you know, because like I said, I had lost my job, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you know, that was already a loss, you know what I'm saying? And then, like, when you go into production, it's fun. It's fulfilling.
You know
but
what else I'm gonna say too?
What?
It was new.
It was new. There you go.
Because you brought internet radio was popping.
Exactly. So it was new. So nobody knew who Miss Cat was. It
and
you
then
know,
when you throw out 200 or 300 or 400, 500, people didn't
like
understand really what they was paying for.
And the crazy thing is like, when I think about it now, like, we was doing commercials for BET, TV1. I mean, we was doing stuff, but it always seemed like I always been before my time. You know what I'm saying? So people could never really appreciate it, or they appreciated it, but they like, you know, I can't afford it or whatever. So I had genuinely become a starving artist, and literally, like, in the world's eyes, everybody was like, oh, that's Miss Cat. Like, literally becoming what you would consider to be a local celebrity. But my bank account was like negative. I'm talking about living on student loans, because I'm in film school. So I'm just literally living on student loans. I'm literally from pillow to post, like damn near homeless. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, I'm like damn near homeless, bouncing from one place to place with my kids. And like people, and the crazy thing is I was on every VIP list.
Yeah.
So if it was celebrities coming, anything was coming, Cat was on the list.
For sure.
Cat was not even just on the list. Cat was on the red carpet. They was calling me like, hey, Cat, we need you on the red carpet, this, that, and the third. So I was always VIP, always in the scene. But guess what? Life decisions. Do I put gas in my car? Do I eat today? And if I have to get on the red carpet, I had to kind of catch some of my people like, hey, can you lend me a dress so I can get on the carpet today and I'll bring it back? I had my homegirl, shout out to Taz. I used to wear a mohawk back in the day. Taz be like, don't even trip, girl. I got you. I'll take care. I'll fluff the mohawk for you. Let's get it going. So it definitely was a weird part in life because it looked good, but it wasn't good.
Okay, so let me say this here. So now we're gonna say from that to the getaway.
Yeah.
And the getaway was coming. I know was going to whatever function you had, was coming and going and filming and networking. That was a getaway from all of that, because you know how I know? Because I'm going through the same thing. We both
and the same,
we both trying to get it. You know what I'm saying? We both trying to get it. And the one thing that I can say is that it do come back full circle, because after all those years, look where we at now.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
We back at it. You know what I'm saying?
And that's one thing, like when I decided to pick a platform, I said, I'm a rock with K, because one thing that they can't say about you, they can't say about me. We done stood the test of time. When people came and gone, GMT been here. Miss Cat, even though it may be in a different facet, Miss Cat ain't never really went nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like, we stood the test of time, and it's still going, still progressing, and we don't put a lot of people on. Like, the crazy part about it is we don't toot our horn, we don't really talk about it, but we done put and I'm saying we done put a lot of people on, a lot of people in position, and so on and so forth. And the crazy thing is, I was doing that, and I could speak to myself, I was doing that when I didn't have nothing. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, like, sometimes when, the rumors come back, like, oh, this, that, and the third, or people talk noise, you be like, man, I was putting you on.
But you know what? This what I say this here, because I know for a fact that not everything said is good.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? My doors never shut. And any who can say that they have?
Yeah.
My doors never shut. I've been running this thing for at least 15 years plus.
Facts.
My doors never closed. I've never shut down. I've never even in COVID, I was still going.
Kudos. That's a blessing.
Even in COVID, I was still going, coming to the station, doing shows while COVID was going.
Facts.
The whole 2 years.
Wow.
So I say this here. When people say things in reality, and I just say that because I've been a part of many people's journey in this radio thing, you know what I'm saying? But it's not about me going around, man, I helped you. I'm just glad to be a part of people's journey.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
That's
facts.
You don't have to say it.
Yep.
But I'm just glad to be a part of people's journey. I can sit here and honestly say, Miss Cat put me on TV. I don't have because that's the truth.
Yeah.
That's the truth. You know what I'm saying? And without that, I know I probably wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now as far as filming and because I film now.
Editing. Editing is on. I'm like,
so,
and but that's just the testament, when you doing stuff, you just never know. You never know what seeds you planting, who you gonna touch, what, what's gonna happen.
So for those that go back and look you up, let's talk about the Mohawk.
Okay,
you had the Mohawk. What did the Mohawk really represent? Because I remember you used to be like on the Mohawk, like you had to have that boy straight. You had the line. You had died. So the Mohawk, and I say this because we all go through a period when something represents something.
I think
that was your logo.
That was my logo. Like if you see the Miss Cat, that's the side profile. Like that's my actual side profile. So if you ever see Miss Cat TV and you see the logo, that's my side profile of me with my mohawk. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the mohawk was just liberation, to be honest with you, because I had just lost my job and I was just like, yo, like I gotta reinvent myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I just gotta be something new. And and I came up with Miss Cat, even though my name is Catherine, and everybody, well, in my family, they call me Cat. So I was like, well, I can't just roll around calling myself Cat. So I'm gonna call myself Miss Cat. So I called myself Miss Cat, came out with the mohawk, you know what I'm saying, and just did what I did. But I never, and that's crazy that you asked me. Nobody has ever asked me that, but like now that I think about it, I think the mohawk was just liberation, like just like cutting it loose and just starting fresh.
Right. So before we get into woke money,
yeah,
is there anything that you would go back and change if you could? If you could, would you go back and change anything that happened? As far as the people you work with, as far as the parties, the networking, all of that. Is there anything that you would change?
To be honest with you, I don't think there's anything that I would change, because and even though that was like a really traumatic time in life for me, like now that when I can reflect back safely and not in the situation, I can reflect back. That was traumatizing, being in such a survival mode, like such a bad place. But it was still good though, and it still molded like who and then the grind, like so that's why now like I have a grind like no other. Like there's like I mean honestly, and I don't like to toot my own horn. This is the first time that I really just talk my talk, but there is really not many people that can go toe to toe with me. If we got the same 24 hours, at the end of the day, I'm gonna do what it do. And I think it's because of that. Like it's because of I've been in that place that I never want to go back to, that you never want to go back to. But you can't know what success is until you fail. You can't know what it's like to come up and unless you've been down, right? So it's nothing that I would change. I think that just was part of the journey. You know what I'm saying?
And that's how I
think
feel.
I think it was all part of the plan. Because again, when I talk to people on the other side of the fence, I can talk to you because I know what I know what you've been going through. I know what it's like to be in that situation. And so for me, I don't think it's anything that I would change, but I'm just happy to to have that part of the story. You know what I'm saying? Because and now where I'm not emotional, it ain't, whatever, because it's like that is part of my past, but I've gotten through it. You know what I'm saying?
So let's pick up at film school, because
okay,
we did the Cat TV, we did the media source. That was TV. So now you went to film school. Now you producing movies.
Well, actually, no. So actually, what happened is that I started to try to do little stuff, like because like short films. So my very first production was called My Stories. So My Stories was a African American soap opera that I had wrote. Well, actually, I take that back. So again, the parties will remain nameless, but I had two ladies that had wrote it initially, right? And what happened was because we didn't have no money, you get what I'm saying? Everybody was trying to dive in and like, okay, well, I'll help with this, I'll help with that. And it just kind of got misconstrued of whose project it was, and whatever the case may be. And so what happened was, because that was my very first project, when we filmed it, and the crazy thing is we took it to what was that, Jesus Christ, that place where they do all the movies, River Oaks. We took it to River Oaks
Oh yeah, I
Theater.
remember that.
Yes,
I remember
we took
that.
it to River Oaks Theater. It sold out, guys. So that already was like crazy to me because I'm like a nobody with a sold out River Oaks premiere, right? But when we aired it, like I think I almost threw up in my throat. It was horrible. It was the most horrible thing that I had ever seen in life. But it was my first project, right? And you know, it was funny because
so what was horrible about
it was horrible because we just as you know, production gets better. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So with it being a very, very first production, it just was.
So let's say
it
this
was
here.
bad.
Let's say this here. Let's say this here. Because I don't never want you to say, because I know your hustle. And I
No,
knew your hustle.
but
No. Listen. So you work with what you had.
For sure. Which was
No
nothing.
big budget.
No.
Budget.
Hold on. Let's be clear. We had no budget.
Okay. And you still managed to get it to River Oaks. So that right there in itself, because it's a lot of people that's trying to get to that point.
I got you.
And have the equipment and have a budget.
And
the thing, I'm gonna tell you what you had.
Got you.
I'm gonna tell you what you had. You had respect. Because if you didn't have no budget, somebody respected you enough to film it.
Yeah. Shout out to Carl.
Somebody respected you enough to take whatever it is that you was given.
Yeah.
Somebody respected you enough to say, we'll give you this theater
or
whatever.
Yeah.
DJ.
Yeah.
And they respected you enough to come out and see it.
Yeah.
So you had what you had. You didn't fail. It wasn't no flop. You just did. It wasn't
the quality. Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
You know
I got you.
You feel me? And for your first to be at River Oaks.
No, but okay. So let me.
Yeah, let's your grind was mean.
But that's the crazy thing. So let me just tell you. So, but that's how it fueled me though. Because look, so in my mind, everybody's mortified. Like we're mortified. The sound is like everything. It is horrible. So I'm talking to some of my colleagues. So shout out to Michael Sterling. Michael's like, yo, don't even trip this. You know, it's like this is just how the game go, right? So we are mortified. It is hideous. So it's so bad to where the people that was, you know, like wrote it and stuff. Oh, I cannot be a part of this, like this, that, and the third, you know, don't put our name associated with this. I said, oh, okay, cool. Okay, boo. So what I did was I got with the actors. I said, this ain't my quality. So we got a whole new team and we rewrote it and reshot the whole thing and we took it to Edwards Theater. You know where 97.9 The Box is, that big Edwards Theater. We had a whole premiere there and it was beautiful. And so that was the real fueling of how how everything started going. So from that point, basically what I started whatever. But from that point, but like you said, we did a thing, but I had to kind of show them like, okay, no, don't trip. Like so like I said, we rewrote it, re-edited, it came out beautiful. And then so River Oaks, that was cool. But let me one up this thing. We took that boy to Edwards Theater. And so we did a beautiful premiere at Edwards Theater. And then from there, we just started we continued to produce. So we did
so for those who reneged on the first one, did you have a certain type of energy? I'm just asking because
I'm gonna just say this, and a pair of lips can say anything. All I can say is that you can Google me and you can see what I have done since that first project.
Okay.
If anybody know who those people are that was attached to that initial one, I haven't heard nothing from them since.
Okay.
So that's all I gotta say. So at the end of the day, I don't have to say no names. I don't have to. I'm just let it do what it do. But my name has been on billboards.
So let me ask you a question. So let me ask you another question. If these people saw, because undoubtedly you believed in their writing skills.
Exactly. I believed in them, but they didn't believe in me.
Let me ask you, so now keep it 100, because this happens.
Okay.
If those same people came to you today, so I see the face, but let me be 100. If those people, because see, sometimes we give people mercy, we give people grace. So I'm just asking, if those same people came to you today and say, okay, look, we see what you're doing, we got a script, we want you to go over the script, we want you to, would you take the chance that they took on you?
No. So and let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. First things first, like I said, my resume is very extensive now. Right. Like I have two, not one, but two proclamations from the city of Houston. Right. I have done, like I said, at this point, I could venture to say at least thousands of people that I have put on TV, you know, radio, this, that, and the third through my platforms. Right. So anybody at this point in the game, if they want me to participate in what they got going on, they're gonna have to pay me. And that's not on no cockiness. That's right. Just because of what I bring to the table. But what I will say is this, and this man is in the room right now. These two men are in the room with us right now as we speak. I have had, since my story, since that very first production, I have had a team of people that have rode with me till the wheels fall off. Mm-hmm. And if they ask me for anything to this day, I got them. Yeah. They can say, hey, Cat, I need you to pull up. Can you direct this, that, and the third? I got it. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is I'm an advocate for loyalty, because they took that L with me. We all looked at crazy in that movie theater, but guess what? We all brushed ourselves off. It was a team of us that actually stayed, and we're here in this room together as we speak, right? So at the end of the day, if you're unloyal, nah, you just gotta watch me, you know, because at the end of the day, like I said, there was a team that stuck by, and we still riding to this day. Yeah, man. And they can call me to this day and say, hey, Cat, I need XYZ, and so it ain't a thing.
I was told on that a quote that you gotta watch the ass that you kicking when you go up, because it might be the same ass you might have to kiss coming down.
Hey, and I, you know, hey, at the end of the day, I ain't saying that nobody gotta do XYZ, right. But at the end of the day. Right. Yeah, it is. That is what it is, because, you know, and the crazy thing about it was, like I said, we were all new. We were all testing the water. So it just be crazy, because I have this high standard, but I'm like, this is my first project. Yeah. There ain't no budget. It's my first project. Yeah. But all of us, like, for some strange reason, everybody want me to create magic. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So just, but it
was a lot of it too, Kat, had to do with how you carried yourself. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And you carried yourself with such grace, and when I say that, I mean, people respected, you know, what you did. You know what I'm saying? It was just a given, and the key thing about what I've learned is this: if you done the best that you could, it don't matter what nobody say. I gave that my all. You know what I'm saying? So that's just that. That's why I continue to do what I do, is because I don't try to run nobody else's race. I just do the best that I can in whatever area that I'm in. And that's it.
And that's me too. You know what I'm saying? Because what's for me gonna be for me. Whatever it's supposed to be for me is gonna be. And I'm not, my grind ain't gonna be your grind. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like, I just do me. And I'm gonna do what I do and the best that I can. Right. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes
so and not to cut you
short. No, I was just gonna say, so sometimes that's a hit, sometimes it's a miss, but we all human. Right. And it'd be crazy, because, like, sometimes people, you know, I don't know if they don't realize that I'm human, or I don't know, but it's, you know, it is what it is.
So we went from Miss Cat to the beginning, you know, and then we went to Miss Cat getting her stuff together, as far as going from TV to the Edwards Theater. Yeah. So
and still just so we're clear, still broke as hell, by the way. I mean, like,
So
still,
don't be calling at the
like,
bar. No
don't
money.
ask
Nothing.
me for no. I'm just saying
Yeah.
again, this is still
On the
my
grind.
broke
Yeah.
air. Like,
Yeah.
this is still
Yeah.
like, and that's why it's so crazy, because I'm still in my broke phase. But go ahead, we're
And
moving.
people can be broke with money. You know what I'm saying? Just got bills. It's called bills. But anyway, so we get to Miss Cat, from media source,
Yeah.
to Edwards Theater.
Okay.
So now movie, the next, I think you did 2 more movies, right?
So again, I never, at this point, I've never done a movie.
Right.
The thing is, what I would always do, because most of our stuff was unpaid, you know, people were just doing it just for the love, right? So I felt like the at least thing that I could do was put you on the big screen.
Right.
That was the way that I could pay you back for the hard work and all the effort that you gave. So what I would do is I would actually, like, you know, take projects that were just like web series, stuff like that, and we would go to the movie theater. So it would be funny to me, because like years later everybody's like, oh, we're doing a premiere, and I'm like, man, I've been doing that shit, like, you know what I'm saying? But you know, at the end of the day, that again, that's just another, you know, that's another way that people look at me and be like, you know, that she thinks she's better than what she is. But really, I'm just paying back my people. That to me, that was a way to saying, hey, thank you, you know, and let me do this for you. So from there, what I would the way I kind of transition. So this is the transition. I started, again, we're gonna keep this person nameless, right? I started working on a project with a known producer in the city. Again, he shall remain nameless. And it was because, you know, to be honest, Kay, even after all I've done in this city, I still don't think that people really gave me my just due. And it's not because of the work that I put in. I think it's because I'm a woman. Because at the end of the day, being a producer, all this other stuff, that's a male. In most cases, that's you didn't know too many women that will run a whole man team, that will come up and, you know, do stuff. So even though I had did many premieres, did so much stuff in the city, like, I still wasn't, you know, really getting the accolade that I felt like was worthy. So I started working with a young gentleman on his stuff as his assistant, you know, director. But what will be crazy is I will come work the set, this, that, and the third, but he would never want to, like, give me no, like, you know, I would have to pull teeth just to get on the flyer or just to get in the credits, you know. Like, I work on his whole movie and I'm like, yo, like, why my name not in the credits? And it was clear, you know, that it was some jealousy in the room, you know what I'm saying? But what that did was it opened me up to some of the celebrities and people that he was working with, because again, this is a known person. So I'm on the set with different celebrities, different, you know, people that I would normally not have access to. So I ended up meeting E on the set, ESG. So shout out ESG. I meet ESG on the set. He pulls me to the side. He said, man, you the hardest working person on this set. You don't do your own stuff. But me being me, I'm like, hey, I'm not gonna disrespect, you know, this person said this, that, and the third. But you know, hey, maybe we might come a point in time where we can do a project together. But right now I'm here on this man's set. So, you know, hey, it is what it is. So couple of years down the line, me and E reconnect. And that's when I did my first movie. So this whole time I've never done a movie except for this one movie called Screwed Up Christmas. So shout out to Screwed Up Christmas. You know, E had approached me with the idea. I helped him write the script. And what I love about E, you know, even as a woman, because again, with it being a male dominated, he said, Cat, I see your work ethic. I see what you do. Take control. He didn't give, you know, it wasn't like, oh, well, this, that. No, he was like, here is full control, this, that, and the third, because I know that you're gonna do it. And this guy, I gotta talk my stuff right quick. So I said, E, what's the preface of the movie? And he was like, yeah, it's gonna be a church movie, da 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 da. I said, okay, cool. I called up local Jay Valentine. Come on, you know Jay Valentine. Shout out Jay Valentine.
You know,
I know. I already know. I already know. But what I'm saying is I called all these local artists, right? And I said, yo, we doing this church movie, this, that, and the third. I hand selected a choir. Yeah. Do you hear what I'm saying? And we taught them original music. So they came together, had choir rehearsal, and they actually like learn original music to go into this movie. Right. We had over 100 people. Now, mind you, again, this is still my broke phase. Okay. Right. This ain't me with $1 million, even $100,000. I think it cost us like what, 10,000, you know what I'm saying, to make Screwed Up Christmas. But that was me and E, you know, out of me and E's pocket. But the moral, what I'm trying to tell you is we made magic. Yeah. If you can find it on YouTube, we have Screwed Up Christmas on YouTube. We took local artists and made them into a choir.
So you know what? You know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing that if Cat is backed into a corner, she's gonna come out that corner shining. You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm listening to you when you say your first movie, and then it pushed you, it thrust you to do the Edwards.
Yeah.
Now you went to assistant
director.
Yep. To producing, directing, and doing the whole movie.
Yep.
So what's next? What's after that?
So let's first talk about the conversation that I think was the most life-changing thing for me. And that's when my mindset was like, yo, Cat, you got to figure something else out. So we have the premiere. Just so let's be clear, we took the premiere to Dunville Theater. That's anybody big, in Houston. That's like Dunville Theater. We sold out. Like people don't understand. Like I put on for this city. You feel me? We sold out the Dunville theater. You know what I'm saying? But the thing that really like messed me up, me and E on the phone, and we're a day or two before our sold out show, and I'll never forget this in life. And we was like, shoot, we down to our last like 200. I said, yo, let's split this up 50-50. You take this, I'll take that. I think I should be able to scramble up. So we're trying to figure out how we gonna get close and, you know, like how we gonna show up to our sold out premiere.
Right.
And that's when I realized, yo, this ain't life. Like this can't be life. Now, granted, it looked good. Yeah. But on the back end, we sitting here like.
But you know what? I'm gonna say that's part of the bid. All of what you just explained in this short amount of time is called a business, and that's it comes with it. All I can say is this: every hole that it sounded like you was in, you dug yourself out of. You understand what I'm saying? And you didn't go down, you went up. You understand what I'm saying? And it's you, like you said, you can Google it, you know, and from the media source.
Yep. Yeah.
To the River Oaks.
Yep.
To the Edwards. To the so it's everything is up. You know, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just all of that is just a part of the business. And I honestly can say, because you know, me and you went not separate ways, but you started delving into other things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I started doing, you know, and the station started really growing for me.
Facts.
It started really growing. And so we just, you know, bam, you know, and so to hear some of the stuff that I'm hearing now, because I seen a lot of stuff, but to hear like you was going, but that's just support. It's just
Yeah, I
a part
mean,
of it. And it's never ending.
Yeah, it definitely it's
never
definitely
ending.
never
It's never
ending. But
ending.
I think the craziest part is
Yeah.
like people see you and
Yeah, automatically
they just
assume.
think you on and
Yeah.
they don't even know. So that's really the journey. So
now
yeah.
So now we go from videos. You did your videos, you did
Yeah.
the TV, you did the movies. So
How?
Miss Cat now.
How, right?
Yeah, Miss Cat now.
So the crazy thing is that I believe right after I did the movie, I reconnected with a colleague of mine. She has a lash business. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna support her, get my lashes done. We ended up reconnecting and she's like, oh, you know, I'm about to open up a tax business. And so I was just like, okay, that's cool. She was like, you know what, but you would be great, you know, if you would. And I was just like, yeah, no. And the crazy thing is, because of my grind and because how hard I work, it's a lot of people that approach me with all different,
Right.
you should be selling this, you should be doing this, da 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 da. So usually my response is always no, but she was just like, well, if you help me manage it, you know, I could give you a base plus commission. I was like, well, Cat, you know, you low key really do, you know, need that base. So I was like, all right, I'll work with you. But the thing was, I ain't want nobody to know. You know what I'm saying? I had just did a whole movie. Like, so I ain't want nobody to know that I was doing taxes. I didn't tell nobody. But that year, I was able, and again, mind you, nobody knew. I was able to go to the dealership and buy a car cash.
Right.
And I'm not talking about like no 2,000-3,000. I'm talking about I took 17,000 cash to the dealership and got me an Acura, like cash money. So that was the turning point for me. That's when I knew, like,
okay,
I was like, hold up, taxes is where it's at. Cause I'm like, shoot, if I didn't even, I haven't used my who I am. I didn't tell, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, shoot, if I put myself out there, you know, maybe we can, you know, whatever. So I say all that to say, like, it changed for me getting into the tax business. It changed my life. So shout out to, you know, the young lady again, just because it ain't about that, but you know, that changed my life. Kay, you know what I'm saying? It took me from living pillow to post to doing this, being able to just, you know, I made my first $250,000 doing tax prep. You know what I'm saying? So it's like at the end of the day, like it really changed my life. And so that's the turning point, is like when I got into the tax industry, because immediately what I wanted to do was not just make money. I wanted to help other people. I wanted to say, you know, if I can do this, like you can do this too. Like it ain't even that hard. Like we all can do this.
Taxes, you trying to put people on.
Even with taxes, it like I always been. That's why my tagline, if I don't know if you noticed, but my tagline has always been Miss Cat, your personal outlet. Because I've always been the plug. That's why God continued to bless me, because I never ever been that type of person like, oh, I'm a gatekeeper, hold this back.
And I'm not gonna lie, you hit me with some a couple of days ago.
That's what I'm saying. And we'll talk about that next.
That changed my whole perspective on everything that I do. Believe it or not, it changed my whole perspective on everything that I do.
And I mean, and
I'm like, man, look, I said,
well,
salute you to that.
Thank you.
You know, because I'm getting everything together before I really just
let it loose.
Bam.
But I
you
got
know
you.
What I'm saying? Trust me, I'm working on. Trust me, I'm working on the back end.
But I'm just saying that's just the type of person that I've always been. So even within the tax space, you know, I started to become a mentor, a coach, you know, showing people how to start a tax business from, you know, from scratch. And, you know, and that's how everything started to progress. But when you start making a little piece of change, then you start getting into rooms with people that you never been with. And I have friends, I have colleagues that are millionaires. Like I can really actually say that. So don't come for me. I'm not the person with the money. They got the money. But what I'm saying is, what would happen is I would be in a room with millionaires and I'm just taking all the game. And then I would go back to my clients and be like, man, you need to invest in this, or you need to do this, or you need to go do this with your insurance, or blah, 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 blah. I started to take the information and try to pour it back.
Right.
So I said to myself, how can I do this formally?
Right.
How can I do this formally? And that's how Woke Money started.
Woke in business.
Woke money. Well, the Woke Money
Yeah,
movement.
right,
Yeah.
right.
So
And
Woke
then,
Money movement is basically the formality of me taking all this information and pouring it back to my community. Because keep in mind, I'm in the middle of two separate things. I got rich people on this side, and then I got my tax clients, which, you know, they're low income, this, that, and the third. If you, let's be real, if you're getting a refund, that means you're in a low income bracket. But I never looked down on them. I'm like, hey, this is what you need to be doing. If you're gonna get this 10,000, invest in this, do this. It's always been like, you know, let me try to help them. So that's how Woke Money, was established.
One of the things I learned from doing business is that this lady told me, she say, and this is from Black Chambers of Commerce, the lady that's over the black. She told me, she say, you want to owe money.
Exactly.
Because if you owe money, that means you made money.
Baby,
and a lot of people don't understand that. Because if they giving you money, that mean they consider you low on the totem pole.
All I know is I damn near swallow my own tongue when I had a $25,000 tax bill. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And the thing is, what P. Diddy said, the more money, more like that's the realness. But at the end of the day, you know, that circles me back to Woke Money, because a lot of people think, oh, financial literacy is only for those that are broke, this, that, and the third. But when you start making money, especially when you come out of poverty, making money, you got to know how to keep it. You got to know how to maintain it, because the same way it flow in, it flow out just that quickly.
So now let's segue into what you got coming up. Let's use that to segue
into
what you got coming up. Talk about it.
All right. So that segued me into the Woke Money Conference, y'all. So this is my opportunity to basically give these wealth secrets, this knowledge. This is where woke money comes from. This is what woke money is all about, is basically taking those resources from the rich and pouring them in, and not literally just from the rich, but just giving people an opportunity to tap into some information that you probably never heard of or whatever. So the Woke Money Conference is coming on June the 8th. We are definitely gearing up. It's going to be at NRG. You can find, so this whole time, our website's been scrolling at the bottom, wokemoney.org. So you can go to our website, find out more about the conference, get with us, because this is something that you guys definitely don't want to miss.
Right. So Miss Cat, I definitely want to say, I know our time is running short. I definitely want to say this here. Me, from somebody who know you from the beginning, I'm definitely very, 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 very proud of you. You sitting here just bring back a lot of memories on us doing the work, and you believing in me and with the camera, you know what I'm saying? And then us just believing in ourselves.
For sure. For sure.
And then for you to choose to come back here, because I know it's other stations, and I know you're affiliated with a lot of people, and I know you could have chose to went somewhere else. And then you chose to come back in. And the way you did it, I gotta say, you did it on a business note. You never asked me, okay, and that's what I could appreciate. You never told me, okay, we used to work together, so can you do this? Can you do that? You just say, what's the ticket? You know what I'm saying? And we did the business. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So
for sure.
I definitely appreciate that.
Thank you.
And then you come in, and a lot of people take oh, she tripping, she this way, she that way. You could be misunderstood, but you only misunderstood by people that don't understand business. You understand what I'm saying?
Facts.
So when you come in here and you getting yourself together, I understand it. But me, I just I know that it's gonna get done because you're here. You understand what I'm saying? So I just say, okay. We're gonna get there. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm telling you what I'm telling you because I know that it's bigger and better things. You know what I'm saying? And so people might say this, you might not get what you want for with this or that. But the people who supposed to know, they
gonna know. They gonna
people who supposed to know. And broke people talk about people with money. They want to get with you because they see you as an opportunity.
For sure,
for
sure.
So hey, if you talk, if for me, and I can't speak for her, if you saying anything there, that's cool. I ain't tripping. But the people who got money, trust me.
Gotcha.
They see you as an opportunity. They trying to get in.
I feel you. I feel you.
Feel me? So let's cut all of that out. And again, I appreciate you, Miss Cat. wokeNbusiness.
wokeNbusiness.
You know what I'm saying? We could have went on with this. You know what I'm saying? Well, but again, we went from the beginning, Miss Cat, to the woke money. So
well, I just wanna say and thank you, Kay, because like I said, the journey started here and we circle back and we're back here again. And I know that it's great things to come. So just everybody who's tuned in and whatever, if you watching us, if you listening to us on the radio, just stay tuned. That's all I can do. All I can tell you is to stay tuned. So hit up wokemoney.org. Stay connected. If you want to follow me personally, my social media is Miss MSCAT on Facebook, Miss Cat on Facebook, and then Miss Cat TV on Instagram. That's how you can stay connected. But stay connected, because we got so much more in store.
Right. All right. Appreciate you, Miss Cat.